Welcome back to Neanderthal Cup 2020. We are now headed into our third event, which is Sportsmanship. We just recently took up this hobby.
The shield came in last weekend.
Sean, are you okay?
How this is working is we are going to have 3 1-minute 30-second rounds, and it is a point accumulation. So it is best of the 3 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end of the round wins.
Yep. The head is worth 3 points, body is worth 2, legs worth 2, and arms are 1 point each.
After one of us scores a point, we will then reset, tap swords, and we move on to continue the round.
I imagine this is how fencing goes, which we have no idea about.
So this was more so us winging it. We look to really actually learn what we're doing at some point in time.
The only sword training I ever had was from movies and video games.
And same for me, and I have a lot less video game experience than Tongue does.
No, looking good, looking good.
I'm very thankful for the shield at this point in time. My reach is significantly less than Tongue's, and I managed to eke out 7 points, and Tongue scores 5 for round 1.
And these swords are not the toy sword you see. These are the polyurethane ones, and they're actually pretty hurt. It hurts pretty bad when you get hit with it. A little sting.
It's actually weighted and the same length as an actual sword that we may or may not have here at home with us. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination that happens here.
Nice.
I managed to get Tongue on my backswing there and accidentally hit him in the face a couple of times, I think.
My strategy for this was just countering her. Just letting her hit first, and then see if we can reach her at an odd angle. Keeping my shields up at all times, of course.
Sometimes, though, my first strike was good enough, he did not have the opportunity to counter, such as that last leg contact.
The reason why the legs more so than the arm is, if you think about it, if you get your legs cut off, there's no way you can move. And I think mobility is such an important key in this lethal fight. Going to round 3.
Finishing up round 2, I managed to get 13 points. Tongue ended up with 11, so I'm up 2 rounds to none going into round 3.
No! That was my shield!
He tried to claim that he hit my leg there. There were no points there. He contacted my shield very cleanly. Tongue had a habit of declaring points before he had actually made contact with the body parts.
That was a solid 2.
He was very confident when he would make contact.
Very contagious.
Notice his fancy sword work there gets him in trouble because I get an instant 2 points by him distracting himself with his sword.
I am no Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt. At this point, I'm being pretty conservative. We don't actually know the score at this point in time, so going into round 3, we were both considering ourselves the underdog.
No!
There again, Tongue was declaring points that weren't actually his. And I managed to finish him off with a headshot.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, we need to bleep that out.
We were going to hit swords! Bad sportsmanship over here.
Yeah, Tongue was exhibiting not great sportsmanship at this point, declaring points that weren't his, and also starting before the round had actually begun. And at this point, I was feeling a little aggressive and decided to try my hand at throwing my sword. But here we're wrapping up the 3 rounds.
Yelling out points!
Tongue ended up winning round 3. But the score at the end ended up being 2 rounds to 1, and Krista takes the lead.